Imagine a community where environmentalists in industry, elected officials and the media, educators and parents, small business people and regulators work together to create and implement solutions to environmental problems and natural disaster preparedness. That's not a fantasy. We are that community, and the program is Caring for the Kenai.
Yeah, I've been teaching at this small school in Alaska for about 14 years, and about 10 or 12 of those years I've been implementing Caring for the Kenai in my classroom. I found that the benefit to my students is that it brings science alive. One of the challenges to me as a science teacher is really figuring out how to bring intangible concepts, to bring them to life in demonstration or other ways for my students. But that challenge is really met in Caring for the Kenai. When my students see the question, the prompt, what can I do, invent, or create to better care for the environment on the Kenai Peninsula, or to help improve the area's preparedness for a natural disaster, and it becomes less an imaginary picture of molecules in motion and becomes more a question of how can I put my own hands to the purpose of caring for the environment around me.
My project is on April 22nd, which is Earth Day. I will be handing out reusable bags along with members of the National Honor Society at your local Fred Meyer's and Safeway. And I will be continuing this project until I graduate, and then I will hand it off to the NHS, hoping to get it statewide to other NHS groups.
In 2020, Caring for the Kenai will be celebrating its 30th year anniversary. The impact that this program has had over the 30 years, not only to the community, but to the students involved, the families involved, the businesses, the visitors to the Kenai Peninsula, has just been amazing. Teaching about energy conservation, to taking care of our salmon habitats, to cleaning up our beaches, to preparing for natural disasters and emergency preparedness. These projects don't end at the award ceremony. These projects are implemented into the community and continue to have a long-lasting impact.
My Caring for the Kenai project is the lettuce tower. I came up with this idea because I want to decrease the amount of imported foods being put into the Alaskan diet or the school lunches. The chemically treated lettuce that people are consuming are being imported from places like Mexico, and they're treated to have a longer shelf life. I wanted to make it possible so that people could have fresh lettuce all year round, so I came up with the lettuce tower.
Caring for the Kenai engages the best and brightest minds of the Kenai Peninsula Borough School District. It's not just a contest, it produces real-world projects that preserve and improve the environment and public safety of this extraordinarily beautiful state. Further, it continues to develop the innovators and leaders for the success of our businesses, our government, and our community.
My Caring for the Kenai project was designing and creating a video game for elementary school children to teach them that it's never too late to save their environments. I did this by creating a character called Barry the Beluga and put him in the Pacific Ocean, where he could counteract the bad decisions that people were making, like throwing batteries into ocean or oil spills. And he was protecting his environment by getting rid of those bad things, by doing the good things that he could do.
Did you know that pollinators are responsible for the reproduction of over 75% of our food crops and 90% of flowering plants? Sadly, these creatures are in decline, but I hope to change that with my project, POP, Promote Our Pollinators. It's designed to educate our community about the importance of pollinators. It is my hope that this project will increase pollinator numbers on the peninsula, benefiting farmers, salmon habitats, and preventing soil erosion. My project includes giving make-and-take presentations at schools, senior centers, the Rotary Club, the Chamber of Commerce, and other community events. During these presentations, community members can plant their own pollinator pack or are given pollinator pack seedlings. I also distribute educational activity books, flyers, stickers, and buttons to encourage others to promote our pollinators. In addition, I have created a YouTube video and a website.
So the one thing that I noticed when Riley came home with this project, it was something that we could all kind of sit down at the table with, and we could talk to each other about ideas that he had for this project. So with this kind of a project, it not only helps the individual grow as a person, but it also helps the family to grow, and it also helps the community to grow.
Once I came up with my idea, Choose to Reuse, I had to go and get sponsors from within our community. I had to create a business letter that I could present and a forum to show my product, the reusable bags. Since I started this project, I have become more aware of the dangers of plastic pollution more than ever before. And I want to change the way we use plastic bags because this is an important topic for me. Caring for the Kenai has allowed me to seek community support to make a positive change in our community.
As an educator, I can recognize firsthand the value of collaborative efforts in the classroom. The great thing about this contest is that it provides a different kind of collaboration. Rather than students collaborating with the ideas of other students, students are now collaborating with professionals in the community, professional scientists, professional folks involved with government and administration, professionals who are doing the work in the community who can actually reflect on the student's problem and actually fine-tune it. So seeing collaboration on a professional level tells these students that they're a mind just like minds in our community and that they have something to give, something to benefit the Kenai.
My Caring for the Kenai project broadened my perspective on environmental issues because it opened my mind to how many different ways there is to approach it. When preparing for my oral presentation, I went to Merrill so that he could help me. While he was helping me, he told me that my project was one that was unique, one that he hadn't seen in the past 28 years. So that broadened my perspective on saying there are so many different ways that people can help the environment. There's so many new ways that people can come up with, and waiting to see that in the future.
The next step for the Caring for the Kenai project is to take it national. It has been such an amazing opportunity for the students here on the Kenai Peninsula with such amazing impacts on the community that it just needs to grow. The goal for the Caring for the Kenai project is to take it into Caring for My Backyard, to where it's integrated or can be integrated into communities across the United States. Students here on the Kenai Peninsula have been recipients of 6 environmental presidential awards. Just think what we can do with a national presence.
It's cool that Caring for the Kenai allowed me to help and invent and create to make a difference here in the Kenai.
Well, there they are. They'll have to have an idea in the next couple of years on how to preserve that river for the next generation.